Michael Jordan set to take the stand today in his antitrust lawsuit against NASCAR. The NBA legend co-owns NASCAR team 2311 with racing star Denny Hamlin. Now they and another team are claiming NASCAR acted as a monopoly, leaving some teams at a disadvantage. NASCAR denies any wrongdoing and insists its practices do not violate antitrust laws. ABC News legal contributor Brian Buckmire is here with more on that. So, Brian, you say this case could change the landscape of stock car racing. Why?
So whenever you have an antitrust case, it's not just about the money, but it's an allegation of anti-competitive practices. And so when you have NASCAR, who has, in essence, I won't say a monopoly, but owns a lot of the stock car racing, the judge could say if they're found liable for antitrust practices to disband that. You're talking about the exclusivity clauses, the ownership of most of the racetracks on the Cup schedule, and the control and regulations. Imagine if NASCAR loses and the judge says, you know what, you got to sell some of these tracks in order to make it more competitive. It could change things.
The teams suing say NASCAR is a monopoly. NASCAR denies that. What are the sticking points there? What's the threshold to determine that?
I think the major threshold here would be anti-competitive practices, because for NASCAR, the marketplace that we're talking about, marketplace being a legal term, it's just stock car races. It's not all races, including Formula One. And so when you look at just that marketplace, we do know that NASCAR owns all of it, right? So that's one aspect. Now the question is whether or not their practices are anti-competitive, keeping other people out from being able to compete or participate in this franchise-like model. What I mean by franchise-like model, think of the NBA. The NBA goes to Toronto and say, hey, you're allowed to have a basketball team, the Toronto Raptors. New York, you're allowed to have the Knicks. It's the organization allowing for certain players, groups, or cities to have a team. The question is NASCAR's practice anti-competitive?
The team's attorney is Jeffrey Kessler, who won a first-of-its-kind case against the NCAA. That's why we have NIL deals now. What are you watching for from him as he tries to make history again here?
One, I wish he made history a little sooner when I was in the NCAA, but that's besides the point. But what I'm looking for is how he's going to try to attack this antitrust and anti-competitive argument. We've seen him, as you pointed out, do it with the NCAA, and see not only how he's going to talk about the harm that happened to these two groups trying to sign into this charter agreement, but how he's going to say how NASCAR has to break up in order to not be anti-competitive anymore. That argument and that suggestion might carry weight with the judge or not, and I want to see how the judge assesses that and ultimately grants or denies that request.
All right, Brian Buckmire, thank you.
My pleasure.